Hi everyone, welcome to Media Campaigns. I just want to go through a few things just to make sure that you are aware of what we're doing in this class and why we're doing it as well. So I have the syllabus pulled up in front of you. I've already emailed this to you, and of course it is also on our Moodle homepage. I want to cover a few of the details. So this is a senior level class. And the expectation is that you will partner with a local organization to analyze, develop, and implement a media plan for submission to the organization's leadership. This is an online-only class. So I want to go over the course learning outcomes. Our goals are to, right here, are to learn how to clarify messaging so that customers will listen. We're going to use a story brand method that I think you will enjoy. We're going to also analyze and evaluate components of strategic media campaigns. We're going to analyze some other ones for you to kind of use as examples. You are going to use critical thinking, media strategies, and individual initiative to create a media plan for your client. So this will all include research, analysis, goal setting, message strategy, communication techniques, and evaluation. You will work effectively with our team and client in a professional and productive manner. Basically, the team is me and your classmates at this point. You will be meeting with me for individual meetings that we'll arrange a time for during week 3. You also will prepare which is number 5, prepare a professional presentation explaining media plan for client. So you are going to prepare that and put it onto a video and submit it to me. And I will be serving as your client. And it might be something after the class is over that you do intend to give to the organization or the group that you're working with. Okay, so what the kind of work and the grades that you'll be working on are, you only have 3 discussion forums. You're going to watch a video lecture, which is one that you're doing right now, and we'll have one more later in the semester, and you'll also meet with me. You will be reading our book that is required for this class and creating a story brand script for your client. You're going to incorporate that into a media plan, and then you're going to do a client presentation. So let me go through these details a little bit, and then I want to show you the story brand information. So again, this is a senior level course. We're trying to replicate as much as possible what happens in a media agency. So we will act professionally and interact with one another in a professional manner. You will be responsible for developing, writing, and creating a media plan and presentation, as I have talked about. So this will be a specific real-life client. Since this is a short 8-week course, you will not interact directly with the client. You will choose a client and you'll write the plan as if you were really that client's media professional. I do recommend that you choose a campus group, a nonprofit, or a local small business to work with. I will be checking in with you during week 3 and approving your choice of a client. So for example, you could do an organization on our youth campus. One of you could do the Shield, whoever lets me know first that that's what you want. You could do a sports team, you could do another group on campus, or even a department on campus, and do their media plan for them. You could do your church. You could do a small business that you frequent or that you know the owner of. There's all kinds of different ways that you can find a client. If you're in an internship right now, you could use that, your internship client, as for this media plan. And we will talk more about that when I talk with you individually. You will participate in 3 discussion forums. 2 of them are in the first 2 weeks. The first one is this week. It's due by Tuesday. And you don't even have to read your book yet to get started on that, because you are communicating about your own personal brand. So you don't have to read the book before you actually participate in that discussion forum. So you need to have your initial response to the questions posted by Tuesday, and then you respond to 2 of your classmates' posts. And again, participation is extremely important because we only meet online. All right, I already said about the video lectures and meeting with the instructor, but You are required to watch the video lectures and to meet with me. Also, I can see via Moodle whether you actually watch the video or not. So just know that on the back end of Moodle, I can tell. So be sure and watch the videos. And I want you to be prepared and professional when you meet with me. If you're tardy, or if I can't see you on the screen, or if there's any other kinds of lack of professionalism, that will be a distraction. So be as professional as possible. We're going to do the Building a Story Brand book. I'm going to save that and talk a little bit more about that in a minute. We are going to incorporate that into your media plan. So you are going to evaluate a media plan 1 week, and then you're going to create a media plan for your client. This is worth 150 points. You're going to turn in a first draft, which is worth the majority of the points, 100 points. And then after I've looked over it and given you my feedback, then you'll revise and submit a final draft, which is another 50 points. Then you'll do a client presentation. That's due the very last week of class. So you'll prepare a slide presentation of all of your ideas and strategies, and you will do verbal commentary when you're going through the slide presentation, just like that client was sitting in front of you and listening to you. Of course, because of the nature of this quick class, we will not present this to the client, but I will be the only one reviewing it. However, it might be something helpful for you to have in the future to present to this client. I will give you much more detail about all that as we go through the class. That's just the standard institutional policies on that page, and then the course schedule. So you can see week 1, you're going to begin reading in your book, chapters 1 through 11 in Building a Story Brand. The book is required. It is cheap. I don't have the price right in front of me, but it seems like it's less than $20. You can get a Kindle version, you can get a print version, whatever you want. So start reading that right away. The chapters are easy and very useful, so it shouldn't take you too long, but you'll be getting a head start even if you started a little bit early. The book is all about telling stories, and that's one thing that I think you can kind of boil down what we do in mass communication is that we try to tell stories. And we're telling stories in different formats, whether it's an article, a podcast, a social media story, a website. So we're telling stories, and this is a great tool, the Building a Story Brand, to help you kind of clarify a message and learn how to tell a story. It's really based a lot upon how movie scripts are written, the whole idea behind it. So you'll learn more about that as you read the book. Again, I already said that the discussion forum this first week is about your own personal brand, so you can read the instructions on that on Moodle. Then you can see week 2, what we're focusing on is finishing reading that book and participating in the discussion forum. And then by week 3, you are going to meet with me, and you also will start writing a script, a story brand script for your client. Hang on, I'll tell you more about that in a minute. In week 5, you'll have a video lecture on media plans and a discussion forum, and you should begin work on your media plan at this time. Week 6 is all about media plans, and then week 7 and 8, you'll be submitting a final media plan. I'll be getting it back to you in time for you to work on your client presentation and all of that. Okay, so let me transition here to the story brand. So when you get your book, this is in connection with your book, and this is they have online classes and things that they're trying to sell, so you can ignore all that. This is all free. You can do what you need to do and create as many story brands as you need to for free. So don't pay attention to the sales pitch, okay? So this is where you log in. You'll just need to put in your name and zip code and email and password and all that. I am logged in, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like. So this is the story brand, the brand script. So you would enter your title here. So if I was doing Shield Media, I would put that there, something like that. I'm going to erase that. And then you'll write about a character. What do they want? And they meet a guide to help them. then they call them to action. They have a problem, the guide gives them a plan. So when you're reading your chapters in your book, I recommend that you go ahead and start filling this out, at least taking notes on here. And you can do more than one of these as well. So if you want to have like a first draft and just save your first draft, you could create a second one of these. There is a notepad over here that's pretty cool. You can just take notes as well. And this is where you create another brand script as well. So this will all make sense once you start reading your book. There are also tutorials, so you can watch an intro video by clicking here. And then you can also find tutorials, a lot of other tutorials as well, inside this kind of template for your script. So let me click on this. So over here is where you can, you'll see whether you have other brand scripts that are, you might have 4 or 5 listed right here. So I'm just letting you know that this is always here saved for you, and it's just kind of a working document. Let me show you one that my husband did for the sports management department. And so here you can see he's got it all filled in: Rochester University Sport Management, the character, and education that prepares me for a career in the sport industry. And it goes on. So I'm going to share this with you when you are about to write your StoryBrand script, which would be about week 3. I will share this with you just as an example for you to use. All right. So I think that is it. Let me look at my notes. Companies waste a lot of time and money on creating these elaborate marketing, advertising, and PR campaigns. But really, if you can clarify your messaging, you're going to save a lot of money. And that's what this script helps you do. It's to clarify your message. Also, he's going to use terminology like buy something, buy a product, buy anything. But when you hear the words buy something, just consider that could be like some kind of call to action, like joining a club, joining Shield, becoming an editor on Shield, signing up to go to Rochester University. So it's not necessarily buying a product, but that's the terminology that they use for this. And I think that is all that I have to say about the class and how we're getting started. As always, feel free to reach out to me if you have any, concerns or questions. And it's not what I wanted to put up here. And I will be happy to get back to you. Okay, thanks.